Hello, and welcome back. It is time to continue our journey in the Manderville Mania. I just barely gathered enough tomestones to advance this quest line. Picked up the 3 chunks of Krondite. So, we are good to go for this section. Then we'll almost certainly need another 1,500 tomestones for the next one. But that's fine. We will also be checking out the Little Ladies' Day quest today. Because I was like, well, we've got the Manderville quest thing, but that's not going to take very long because it's basically just going to be one quest. And then we'll have to wait until we get enough tomestones for the next quest. But Little Ladies' Day will take up a little more time. Figuring, or, doing that and getting the event rewards, which looks like a pretty snazzy outfit from what I've seen. Also, this past week, I have been spending quite a bit of time on Final Fantasy XIV. I've leveled Black Mage a bit. I believe it's currently level 59. Very close to the level 60 goal, and then I can focus on the Bard job. That one's like, I think 51, and again I want to get it to 60, but those are the last 2 jobs that need to get to level 60, which is nice. But I haven't only been doing that. I've so the Mog event is going on currently, where you get the special Mog tomes from doing various activities. And then you can spend those on things like mounts, and there's a hairstyle and a emote and some outfits and things. And so I was like, well, I want to get a bunch of those tomes so I can get some things. I got the little platypus minion, I got the hairstyle and the emote, and I plan on getting a couple of other things as well. But in order to get all those tomes, I was like, oh, one of the things that you can do is do these little fishing, essentially like fishing trawler events. They happen every, I think it's every 2 hours, or just about, and it lasts for half an hour of doing some fishing. And so I was like, well, those get me the Mog Tome things that I want, and I haven't touched fishing in a while. I might as well use that to level it a bit. Why not? So I was like level 32, 30, like 30 something. Maybe 35. And I've been doing a lot of fishing. So I'm now level 82 in fishing. Yeah. Fisher 82. So yeah, those little fishing trips they get you a lot of fishing XP. And then I've been doing the fishing quests as well, and those have been also giving me these survival manuals, which boost your Disciple of the Land XP it's for 18 hours or until you reach the maximum of, in this case, 1.75 million experience points received from this. And then in the case, and that's, effect is halved at level 70 and above, but then there's another one which is up to 2 million maximum, and the effect is halved at level 80 or more. So those have also boosted my XP. It's going really fast. Leveling fishing. Really, really fast. I've also been getting scripts. Let's take some currency, right? Yeah, gather scripts. I had 4,000. I had gotten all the way up to 4,000, then I spent a bunch. Apparently, there's a discontinued white gatherer script. And then there's an orange gatherer script? I don't know. I've only been gathering purples. Don't know what the orange is about. But yeah. And as you can see, I spent all my elegant tomestones on Krondite. Also I spent a bunch of storm seals on some more, what's it, ventures? Yeah, ventures. It's right there. Spent a bunch on ventures because I've reached the maximum of 80k, so I was like, I'll spend a bunch so that I don't waste the gainage of storm seals from my, I think it's the leveling duties give you storm seals. And then MGP's at 766k, which is nice. Because you do also get the Mog Tome, I mean, they're not called Mog Tomes, they're irregular Tomestone of Phantasmagorias. You get those from doing gates at the Gold Saucer as well. So I've been doing a couple of those. I also have been filling up my retainers inventory and my own inventory, like, because one of my retainers is a fisher job. So now that I've started leveling fishing again, they can level their fishing when they go out and do stuff. And that also means that my gear, once I'm out level, like over leveled for that gear and get new gear, I give my old gear to my retainer to hang on to until they're a high enough level to use that gear to make them better at fishing. But of course, they're not leveling nearly as fast as me, so they're just filling up their inventory with fishing equipment. I did also unlock spearfishing, which is pretty fun. You just go swimming into the ocean, and then you go over to a point where there's some fish, you activate it, and it pops up this like minigame window where you've got the spear in the center and fish float by, and you've got to send your spear up at the right time to spear the fish. It's got its own little abilities that are only for spear fishing. Fishing has so many abilities that I've had to start using this sidebar for other things like fathoming and collecting and salvage. Yeah, those are the salvage is for finding more treasure maps, while spearfishing collection is for getting collection items, which you can then turn in for scripts. Of course, I've just been doing the voyages in Linz and Laminza to get scripts, because you get a bunch of scripts from that. I've also been doing just so many fishing quests, unlocking all of the script traders across Eorzea and beyond. found out that the people in the source apparently don't know what nutrition is. They've just been eating whatever they can, whenever they want, whenever they feel like it, whatever they want to eat, whenever they want to eat, and turns out that's bad for your health. Thankfully, there's a guy in charge of the fishing company or whatever they call it at the Crystalline Mean, who's like, I've been doing some reading, alright, and I think we need to diversify our diet and fish up some newer fish, some fish that are in areas that aren't as easily accessed, so that we can get a more rounded diet and help with some of these health problems that everyone's having. But of course the other fishers are like, what is this? Huh? That's dumb. We're fishermen, we just fish. We fish what we fish. We're fishing here, we always fish here. Screw you and your new ideas of nutrition and rounded diets. And it's like, guys, please. Guys. So that was an adventure. But also, now that I'm level 80, I got this sick outfit. I really like it. It reminds me a lot of Joseph Joestar. Probably a lot to do with the checker scarf. But I swear, like, if I took off this jacket, it would probably be a tank top underneath that black shirt there. Just very Joseph Joestar-esque. Now I just need to learn how to do the Manderville run. But, oh, and the emote that I got from the MOG event is, well, actually, I think I threw it into one of these. There it is. The Cooline. Yeah. But fishing is not what we need for Manderville Mania. What we need for Manderville Mania is, of course, the Dark Knight. But also, yeah, you can see, level 59, just barely level 59 Black Mage. Got that this morning. Now, Geralt, I have the materials. The furnace is rolling and ready. Let's have them new space rocks then. You got it, bro. Here you are. Right. Send for his lordship and we can break out the hammer and tongs. Here we go. Ooh! That looks great, dude. Already that looks great. Success! Our collaborative masterpiece taken to new heights. The amazing Manderville Zweihander. It's really not a Zweihander, but sure. What did I tell you? 'Tis the undeniable result of your martial awakening. I still have my doubts on that front, but 'tis a thing of beauty nonetheless. On the topic of masterpieces, Genosia, should you desire to refine any other Manderville armaments in your possession, then pray call upon my artisanal protege here. He too has found enlightenment in the crucible of battle, and stands ready with a clear mind and steady hand. Clear mind, steady hand, and no clothes. No clothes for this man. Aye, well, I'll be around as usual. So to make sure it all meets me demanding standards.
Are you pleased with your weaponry's new appearance, by the by? Or were you mayhap more enamored with its previous incarnation?
Oh no, I like this. This one looks good. I mean, the old one looked good, but this one also looks really good.
I do understand the attraction of simple elegance.
Hi.
Which is why we've begun offering a line of Manderville weapon replicas. I'm opening a storefront here on a trial basis, so please do bless us with your patronage if you feel so inclined. And I thought Rowena was a glutton for commerce. Our work is as aesthetically pleasing as it is practical. It would be foolish to leave such an obvious business venture untapped. Merchant talk aside, how much longer until we properly perfect your ancestors' creation? I get the feeling we've scarce scratched the surface. An excellent question, and a difficult one to answer. In breaking the cipher, I've come to realize that the manual is but the first part of an incomplete set. Incomplete? He can't be serious. Where's the bloody rest of it, then? Presently unknown. Finding the continuation of Gottbrand's guide shall consume my waking hours. Then occupying a table at the Mania will consume mine. You're lucky you've got an impressive selection of spirits. Once again, I do apologize for the interminable delays. Fare thee well, my friends. I shall depart on my quest without further ado.
So long for now. Gottbert. Manderville weapon replicas can now be purchased from the House Manderville vendor. Cool. Just want to take a look. So quick. So we currently have, of course, the old version here, which is really nice, very Dark Knight. And now the newer one, which is all shiny and has glow effects, which is also really cool. Love them. And quick. Just wanted to check. So we've been through 2. There should be just 2 more. Which is nice. I don't know what causes it. Sometimes when I click off of the game, it like shrinks itself down and does some flickering and has a bit of render lag during that time, and I don't know what causes that. Like, this is a full screen, like the game's in full screen, so it shouldn't be shifting like that just because I clicked to my other monitor. It's weird. Anyways, let's start the next quest here. Please note that upon completion of the quest, completing the quest of spiritual reforging, you will receive Manderville Dark Knight. Yes. Undertake this quest as Dark Knight. That's my intention. Dark Knight is the only available job that can actually do these quests right now, for me.
Oh, it's you. I suppose that bespectacled fop did mention he'd made some kind of breakthrough and needed to round up the usual suspects.
I shall inform his lordship of your arrival. do that.
Jurassic, welcome, welcome! I do hope you're prepared for another spot of modest labor, but I've plucked a new weaponsmithing secret from the depths of my family's extraordinary heirloom. As for why Godbrand abandoned his cipher journals, 'twould seem he desired the greater security afforded by the relic's recording apparatus. That he so feared this knowledge falling into wicked hands bespeaks the destructive potential of what we seek to recreate. Speaking of which, this stage of augmentation will require a fundamental alteration to the weaponry's design. Godbrand understood that individual wielders have different needs and preferences, and thus conceived of a method to modify each armament's base qualities. Essential to the process is a new type of oil known as Maxala Manderville. By subtly adjusting the precise ratio of ingredients for this coating, we can influence the powers of ethereal conductivity as we see fit.
More bloody oil.
The oil's chief ingredient is, once again, derived from a meteorite. Specifically, a chondrite with amplifying properties. So many out-of-this-world materials, but 'tis unsurprising now that we know the alien origin of Godbrand's weaponsmithing techniques.
What? Alien origin, you say? Little wonder I weren't familiar with them.
As has become customary, I shall prepare the bulk of the necessary resources, whilst you procure our supply of a chondrite.
Oh, aye, and a lovely bloody custom that is. Mania means I reckon ye could buy a mountain of them space rocks as well.
And I would gladly do so, except the merchant in question will accept naught less than a specific type of toadstone in trade. As much as it pains me to impose upon Genossia further, she is the best equipped to handle that onerous task. These improvements call for drastic reforging, and it is your expertise that shall see us succeed, or fail as well, Master Garrett.
Fine, fine. I'll shut me gob and do as I'm told.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm getting the distinct impression you've lost interest in this project.
You bloody think. Look, I took this job to pay off me drinking debts. Now that I've managed that, I've got no desire to keep working for an underdressed, overprimped, pretentious...
I see. Admittedly, even from the beginning, your distaste for me was rather poorly conceived. And I fear such festering antagonism will adversely affect our smithing endeavors. Yes, let us resolve our differences over a flagon of fine spirits, or several, as circumstances dictate. All at my expense, of course.
Free liquor, is it? Then you best be bringing your biggest purse.
Genossia, you must join us. If you would be so kind as to secure a table at the Mehane, I should be along in short order.
Okay. The hammering continues, Manderville weapons. Well, seeing as I don't have the necessary tombstones to gather the materials he needs, might as well go to the drink or two, or 10. Waiting. Wah, 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 wah.
Ha! A splendid night for spirituous beverages. You sure about this then, are you? I have a mighty thirst, and it'll not be slaked by the cheap stuff. What of you, Genossia? Will you be following Master Goat's fine example?
I might have one or two.
Very well. Then I shall order us all the same to start.
Mm-hmm. Your beverages, Lord Godpert. Enjoy.
To your health, my friends.
Those are some very large cups.
Right. No point beating around the bush. I've hated your guts for a good long while now. Huh? So even my insides offend you. And why might that be? 'Cause for a proper artisan, devotion to your craft ought to be your #1 priority. But you're off founding a consortium or building some fool's playground for fleecing the masses. You're a bloody merchant. That's what you are. You believe my devotion is insufficient, then? Yet our works require not only the sweat of our brow, but capital to cover expenses, no? Thus, does not a steady revenue facilitate the creative process? In that respect, my business ventures have allowed me to indulge in goldsmithing projects I could never have otherwise afforded. Is it not true that you craft kettles as a means to repay loans, or simply make ends meet? Would not a substantial source of wealth spare you such tedious drudgery and empower you to pursue your heart's desire? Booze! We're gonna need more booze over here.
He's right, though.
What really soured me was when you sat there and the syndicate. How can you craft that worthwhile with your head buried in political? You may be surprised. My participation in Uldar's governance opened my eyes to a different world, which in turn provided great inspiration for several original pieces. Well, you can keep your bleeding inspiration. I want nothing to do with proceed rule makers of your ilk. And your bright, reasonable arguments, which sounds ain't got a clue. I just look for buggers like me, and what have you got against wearing clothes any road? We are more alike than you realize, Master Goat. Especially when it comes to the simplicity of our attire. You do not wear a shirt ever, whereas I sometimes wear a very nice suit. So clear. The Master Guessman. And that was some failure.
No.
Right, how'd you? Bugger, dumb sorry scooch for us, Mitty. And that's all that matters.
I'm not Rowena.
He seems to be mistaking you for someone else. Perhaps you could offer him a kind word?
You're a sniveling disgrace to your profession. Your craftsmanship is flawless.
There is a lot coming from you, methinks. Methinks. Alright, I'm done weeping into me cups. I'll fix up them weapons and with the money. I'll do it for my own sense of pride.
Uh-huh. I wonder if your Warrior of Light is male, does he still hallucinate Rowena? Or someone else?
Tootsie Master Groot has overcome his aversions to our partnership. Splendid! Although I never would have guessed carrot juice would be so intoxicating.
What?
I was concerned for our good smith's health, you see, and had Miliel switch his spirits to something less potent several rounds ago. The Miane's liquors are sublime, but too much can wreak havoc on a man's constitution.
That's the second time he's been all like, yeah, no, I switched it to easy mode. I figured he wouldn't do so well. And it's like, all right.
There was a time when I, too, devoted every waking moment to my craft. But alas, running a mercantile empire comes with its own responsibilities. Monetary woes notwithstanding, I do envy Master Groot his purity of purpose. And on that note, let us return to our appointed acquisitions. We shall require 3 chunks of the aforementioned Akondrat, as soon as you're able.
Of course. Gonna need a lot more tombstones. Yep. At the Iterid Praza Vatatan. Of course. Just to take a quick look-see. Not at you, Radiant. Yep, 500. Once again. Expensive. Alright. I've also been doing the Pixie quests as Ninja. Level 83.5 now. Make my way towards 100. Because once Ninja gets to 100, it can share gear with my Viper, so I don't have to have 2 sets of gear for them. Doesn't look like there's any more fishing-related stuffs here. Got our sick new Zweihander, which is... that's very much not a Zweihander. Get it? Unless I misunderstand the definition of a Zweihander. It is a German name, I believe. At least, to my knowledge, a Zweihander is a specific style of sword which has a wavy blade to it. It is very big, very long sword. Basically only ever wielded with 2 hands. Could be wielded one-handed, but of course that's a bit slower and more tiring, and it'd be easier to swing it with 2 hands because of how long it is. But again, this does not to me look like a Zweihander. A great sword, sure. Very fantasy and very blunt. Honestly, that it could be considered a sword at all is kind of wild with how blunt it is. Like, it doesn't have an edge. It comes to a point, kind of, a rounded point, but it's so dang thick. It's a bludgeoning weapon more than anything. But that's pretty much all swords in Final Fantasy XIV. Like, even these swords. Not particularly. They've got a bit of an edge to them, but they're still pretty thick blade. I suppose it's more pronounced with a larger sword, but I'm sure they have a reason for it. But it's like, why can't you design the swords to be thinner? To be like actual sword, or at least closer to actual sword thinness. Like, while this is a stainless steel, so not the proper type of steel. It's just a walking sword, but like, you can see how thin that is. That's how thin a proper sword is. And this is pretty long in its own right. Real swords are thin so that they can actually slice through things. You know? Instead of just clobbering. Because if you got a sword that thick, it's not going to slice through. It's gonna thunk in. It's gonna do a lot of damage and probably cut some flesh or dent some armor, but it's not going to slice. It's just gonna thunk. And then it may even get stuck. There were Shadowbringer fishing quests. There was Realm Reborn fishing quest, which I went through. There was Heaven's Ward fishing quest that I went through. There was Stormblood fishing quests, Shadowbringer's fishing quest, but there doesn't seem to be any fishing quests for, well, actually maybe there is. there might be some in Charlian. We'll maybe look into that after we do the Little Ladies, which I believe takes place in Ul'dah. We'll take a look. I know Ul'dah's kind of decorated for Little Ladies Day. All dressied up. Sands of debt. No. Yeah, it should be like... No, let's see if... Take a quick look at this half of town. No, it's not in Ul'dah. Okay, then it must be in the in Gridania, right? Right? Surely. Must be at the amphitheater. That's where most events tend to be. Oh wait. Hold up. I mean, first off, it doesn't seem to be here. But I forgot that the events are not plus quests. Maybe it is in Ul'dah. I was just looking for the wrong thing. They're not plus quests, they're regular old exclamation point quest markers. So let's just walk out there, have a look around. But also, see the itinerant Moogle with his tombstone exchange. It's got all kinds of things in here. Oh yeah, I want that orchestrion roll because it's a song. I want it. It's something that you buy and then it's unlocked. You don't have to buy multiple things or whatever. I got the Biddy Duckbill as well. And then, like I said, I bought the hairstyle and the emote. I suppose I could go for a parasol. I don't have a parasol currently, so it'd be nice to have one. And they've got some barding, they've got some furniture, they've got some mounts, they've got some outfits as well. They've got this Inferno jacket, which looks pretty neat. It's got, you know, why can't I think of his name? Ifrit. Ifrit on the back there. And the FF14 logo there. Then they've also got some other outfits here that have this big collar that I like. It seems neat. There's a couple of different versions. This one's got a bit of a shorter collar. Different color. But also, this one is for casting, and then this one's for healing. Aiming. Got one for scouting with a high collar. Striking doesn't, and then maiming. It's a low collar. Or mid collar. Oh yeah, and then fending. Also mid collar. Alright. But yeah, they got a bunch of stuff. Bunch of stuff. What is this? Princely persona. Ah, the Royal Seneschal is planning something new for Little Ladies' Day. Here we go. That's what I was looking for.
Archinosia, how wonderful to have such a reliable helper on hand. As you've no doubt noticed, the Little Ladies' Day festivities are upon us once more. By the way, I must ask, you know of the Songbirds, do you not? How silly of me, of course you do! That trio of princess-styled entertainers were relative unknowns when they first took to the stage, but they've since become a Little Ladies' Day staple. Now we hope to introduce another such sensation, but this time the singer will be butler-themed. I've titled this new act the Seneschal Prince, a royal among servants and loyal servant to his princess. The prince in question is scheduled to debut in the upcoming festival performance, but 'twould seem our chosen star is yet to return from picking up his costume. Though there is ample time ere the show begins, his prolonged absence is a source of concern, to say the least. If only I were not so preoccupied with preparations. Would you mind looking in on him for me? Picot is his name, and he was meant to be speaking with a designer at Eshtame's Aesthetics.
Sure thing. Also, for the festivities, they put a bunch of these, like, cherry blossoms, I think they are? Yeah, cherry blossom trees. Including placing one right in front of Wimond here. Seems rather rude to put it right here. Also, apparently you can walk right through them. But yeah. It's like, bro, this is Women's spot. This is where he leans. This is where he do the cool lean. You know? Anyways. Let's figure out where we're going here. Ah, the other half of Luda. Actually. We might as well walk there. Since we can transition through here. The Gold Court. Picot.
It has to shine with a sharp, frozen brilliance, like a blizzard slicing through the darkest night. And it should dazzle, like a searing flame, threatening to burn your fingers at the merest touch. Doesn't that sound amazing? Wait, which do you want? A freezing blizzard or a burning flame? Oh, maybe you can help. How can we create a silvery costume that melts into chaotic darkness? Should I give up on the shiny element? An adventurer? What can Maribel, famed designer of Eshtame's Aesthetics, do for you, darling? Do for you, darling. Here at the Royal Seneschal's bidding, you say? Well, I could certainly use some guidance with this costuming conundrum. The costume itself is largely complete. I simply wanted to add the finishing flair in accordance with the prince's wishes. But I'm struggling to envision the image he's trying to convey. Well, there are just so many dimensions to looking dashing. How can one narrow the options down to a single idea? Forgive me, darlings, but I've other projects to attend to. Would you mind coming back once you've helped the lad decide on a more definitive direction?
Right.
This is not going well. I couldn't ask for a better opportunity, and here I am ruining my own debut. Ah, it was Genosia, yes? I'm sorry to drag you into this dilemma of mine. Of all those who auditioned, they chose me to be the Seneschal Prince. My job now is to become a star performer, and creating a dashing and princely persona seemed the best way to achieve that. So I did my research into the subject, delving into books about the most gallant individuals, how they act, how they dress, that sort of thing. But when I tried to explain, it all came out a jumbled mess. What makes the Seneschal Prince a prince among seneschals? Come to think of it, what exactly is a seneschal anyway? An unobtrusive servant who anticipates his master's needs. A person of impeccably proper manners. Perhaps you should have researched that instead. An unobtrusive servant who anticipates his master's needs. I see that my fixation on being dashing was entirely the wrong approach. But at least now one thing is clear. I must learn the ways of a seneschal if I'm to be the best seneschal prince I can be. You seem a knowledgeable sort. Left to my own devices, I fear wasting time on the wrong thing again. Will you help me with my research?
Sure.
Huzzah! Then first things first, I say we speak with a wide variety of townsfolk and learn what the general public expects of a seneschal.
I don't think the general public expects anything. I don't think the general public has a seneschal.
Let's split up that we might gather as many opinions as possible. I'll leave the steps of Thal to you, and we can meet at the Gold Court afterwards.
Yeah. Sorry, ma'am. In half a bell, she'll take a break, and then And then you'll what, ma'am? And then you'll what? Are you a stalker? Ma'am? Are you in love? Are you in love? Well, maybe she's just waiting for the right opportunity to approach. And once Celia's gets off work, which is realistically never because it's a video game and she stays where she is, but in this universe, when she gets off break, then you approach and profess your love. Fine. You're doing a lot better than that other Lalafell who's been stalking Nashu for years. Alright, let's see. We're going to the bazaar. To the Sapphic Avenue Exchange. Or Sapphire Avenue Exchange.
Resting server.
My impressions of a seneschal? Well, they strike me as people who excel at preparations. Performing tasks to a demanding lord or lady's satisfaction hinges upon their ability to think ahead, to plan events to perfection. My work as a server at the Quicksand is similar in some respects. We have a special Little Ladies' Day menu on offer this year, and I have everything memorized. The ingredients, the presentation, the flavors, down to the smallest detail. Everything from the main course to the beverages and desserts will be perfect. Above and beyond one's prescribed duties, a server's mission is to ensure as many happy customers as possible.
I see. I see.
Pretty. Ah, that word ever puts me in mind of the first royal seneschal himself, Sultan Baldric. It's said that every year one girl was chosen from the townspeople by lot, and he would attend to that lucky lass as her personal servant for the entire day. The festival is no longer about choosing a single princess, of course, but oh, how I still daydream about having an attentive seneschal at my beck and call. As a child, whenever Little Ladies' Day came around, I would always hold out hope that this would be the year I was chosen.
Uh-huh.
The Reavers Guild. Fine.
Excuse me, well-dressed noblewoman.
A seneschal? Why, yes, of course, I have one in my employ. For the accomplished ones foresee what must be done and act without need for instruction. Those who stand around awaiting orders have no business taking the position.
Uh-huh.
To the Gold Court, then.
Also, let's just do that real quick, because that looks... This outfit looks nice. And it looks a little better without having that fishing rod strapped to my back. Since we're just wandering around town.
Oh, guess what, Genosia? I was asking about seneschals in Pearl Lane, and a merchant offered me an amazing bargain. He showed me a rare urn of incalculable wealth, but even the heavily discounted price was far more coin than I could afford. Come to think of it, what do urns have to do with seneschals anyway? Could it be that you're a little too trusting? Oh, was I on the wrong track again? I could have sworn. No, urns have nothing to do with being a seneschal. I see. So a seneschal is someone who serves others, someone who anticipates what needs to be done and prepares for those tasks in advance. In my case, then, I should be a seneschal who serves his fans? Also, that is literally exactly what I told you before we went walking around town. I told you it was a servant who anticipates the needs of their lord or lady in advance. I told you that. And now I walked around town and people told me the same thing and I say, yep, that's what people are saying. And then you're like, I see. So that's what a seneschal... Yeah, I told you like 10 minutes ago. Yes, when I put it like that, it just feels right. I should be thinking of ways I can make the crowds happy. And that's exactly what I'll do. Now, if you could stick around a while longer, I'd appreciate some help in becoming the best seneschal I can be. Uh-huh. At least I'll be getting a glorious outfit. I mean, look at that. Fabulous. And dude, the sheen on that. Ooh. The texture on the jacket. Ooh. It looks so good. Oh, is that like a velvet cape?
Dude. It's looking real nice. You got these fancy trousers too. You also have a headset. Yep. Little mic headset. Because, Popstar?
I am to don the mantle of the Seneschal Prince, yet while I've grasped the clear picture of the theme, I must needs think of how best to embody the manner. A seneschal exists to serve, to ensure happiness and satisfaction, which, incidentally, is how this all began for me. I once knew a girl, years ago. She was my childhood friend, my cherished princess. But alas, she was born with a terrible ailment. She could not rise from bed, let alone leave the house, and thus I took it upon myself to bring the outside world to her. I acted out all sorts of tales, a hero's saga, jester at court. If she wished to hear of it, it would but make her smile. If it would but make her smile, I would assume any role under the sky. One fateful day, I happened to see a songstress in town. She dazzled the audience, and the elated looks upon their faces. I had to rush back to my princess's bedside to share the experience. I sang and danced my heart out for my audience of one, a performance for her and her alone. Oh, how her eyes lit up. Her happiness was everything I ever wanted. It spurred me to practice day and night, and as I did, I began to feel I truly was a famous performer. Then, all too soon, did Thal call her to his somber halls. Ever since, I've dreamed of making a big name for myself as a singer. If I could perform upon some grand stage, then perhaps my voice would rise up and reach her ears once more. That's why I auditioned for the role of the Seneschal Prince, and why I leapt for joy when I heard that I'd been chosen. Yet even though I began all this for her, it has become every bit my own dream as well. I yearn to sing as that songstress did, and stir the hearts of the crowd. Thank you for listening, Genosia. Talking to someone helps to put my thoughts in order. Right, back to the task at hand. Once I've settled on how to best serve my audience, then I should have all the specifics Maribel needs to finish the costume. Let's head over to the Little Ladies' Day stage, shall we? With the better part of the preparations finished, it's likely begun to draw a crowd. The sight might inspire some ideas for my Seneschal debut.
To the Ruby Road Exchange. In the rain, apparently. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending... Yeah. Let's go. We're good.
This is what we're here for.
The stagehands seem swamped with last-minute adjustments, and you can see the fans have already begun to gather. If I'm to decide how to act as the Seneschal Prince, then it's now or never. Let's see what clues the scene has to offer us. Royal Seneschal. Yes, of course. If we're speaking of seneschals, we should look no further than the Royal Seneschal himself. Such a courteous demeanor, and so precise in his movements. Now that I think on it, no matter the work we do together, he is never less than thorough with his preparations. And I imagine he would be more than willing to help us implement any new plan we might propose.
Yeah, he's kind of in charge of this whole "you're the star of the show" thing.
See there? A particularly eager Songbirds fan. Come early to ensure a front row experience, no doubt. Rather too early, in fact. My act is first on the program, so he'll be in for quite a long wait before his idols take the stage.
Can we make him more comfortable?
Yes, of course. He must be exhausted from standing there all this time. The least I can do is make him more comfortable for the duration of my performance.
You might want to get into outfit first, though. Otherwise, you're just some random dude.
Ah, an employee of the Quicksand. Did they not mention offering some exclusive menu over the course of the Little Ladies' Day? Beverage and dessert included. Knowing such a thing is only available during the festival makes it all the more tempting, doesn't it? I wonder if they'd be willing to bring out a light meal for the audience. Not only would it benefit the fans, but it would also be an excellent promotion for the Quicksand itself.
Yeah, a little snack. A little free snack, and then it's like, hey, if you want more of that good food, Quicksand.
I've been thinking, Geosia. There is no rule which demands people must stand to cheer and enjoy a performance, is there? Why not have the Quicksand deliver some light refreshments, Little Ladies' Day themed, of course, and aim for a more relaxed experience? I mean, it's hardly a novel concept. One often orders a meal while taking in a play, or has a flagon in hand while the minstrel strums his lute in the tavern. We would simply encourage the same idea. Naturally, I shall rouse the crowd with song and dance, but this will help define the seneschal side of my stage character. The act is finally coming together. As the Seneschal Prince, I shall both serve and entertain. Come, there's not a moment to lose. I must first consult with the Royal Seneschal, and then hurry off to make my request to Mistress Momodi at the Quicksand. I must also inform Maribel of my costuming decisions. There is no time.
Shall I talk to her in your stead?
You would do that for me? Oh, thank you, Geosia. I would be most grateful if you could explain the costume concept to Maribel for me.
I got it.
You truly are my savior. I give you my word. The show will be a great success. Please, do be sure to attend.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Junosia, darling, how fares our princely seneschal?
Got the outfit figured out.
So the show will feature a healthy dash of hospitality, eh? Sounds fabulous. A singer with a seneschal's poise and a prince's style. Yes, darling, I know exactly what this costume needs. Leave it to me. Please let the royal seneschal know that I'll have the outfit ready in time for the performance.
You got it. Also, excuse me. Let me just sell those real quick. You're still waiting. Oh, honey.
Sprint. Check.
Thank you for lending a hand to young Pico. It is good to know the issue with his costume has been resolved. As I mentioned, the Seneschal Prince is to be the main new attraction for this year's Little Ladies' Day, and Pico himself is to give the show's opening address. I cannot imagine how events might have unfolded without your assistance. You will stay and watch his performance, yes?
I guess I have to.
You're still fanning yourself?
I've been standing for so long my feet have fallen asleep, but at least the show is about to begin. It should be starting any moment now. The first act is the debut performance for a new singer, isn't it? The Seneschal, Prince? What would a Prince of Seneschals be like, anyway? I have no idea what to expect.
Well, you're about to find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Little Ladies' Day performance.
Very nice outfit.
I am Pico, the Seneschal Prince, and I shall be your guide to an ephemeral world of wonder. I imagine you are all weary from the wait. Though it be but a trifle, we have taken the liberty of arranging for refreshments. A special festival menu prepared by our friends at the Quicksand. Peach-infused tea accompanied by a selection of spring-inspired sweets. We invite you to enjoy these delights while you enjoy the show. That's for us? Thank the gods, I was so thirsty.
Oh, that new menu has been on my mind all day. What a lovely gesture. I am overjoyed to see you thus pleased. Should this repast meet with your approval, pray consider a visit to the Quicksand following the show. But with that said, I must ask that you keep all eyes on me. Without your full attention, I am wont to grow jealous. Fair princesses, won't you step closer? I promise this shall be a princely performance to remember. Settle in, my dear audience, and enjoy the spectacle of the Seneschal Prince. Uh-huh. He not only entertains with song and dance, but also captures the crowd's hearts with warm hospitality. A wonderful display.
Ah, the princesses.
Not bad, not bad. It seems we have quite a show to follow. And the songbirds will deliver. We'll take the stage by storm and build this excitement to a raging crescendo.
Uh-huh. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Pop star.
Gnosia, thank you for coming to my performance. It was also magical. To see such enjoyment upon each face in the crowd was an indescribable feeling. And did you see how they responded to the touches of hospitality? The quicksand server even came over to thank me for how quickly word spread about their festival menu. What a stunning debut by the Seneschal Prince! We've already been swamped with demands to know when you will be performing next. In fact, I'm thinking of setting up an encore performance while the festival is still ongoing. Is that so? Well then, I shan't disappoint my fans. I wonder if my dear friend was watching me too, from Thal's distant halls. Thank you again for giving me this opportunity. For as long as I have the privilege of standing on that stage, I mean to spend every moment delighting all who attend. Oh, I almost forgot. I had Maribel craft you a matching costume. I was not alone up there in front of the crowd. I felt you standing beside me, as you have been every step of the way. Given your part in all this, you are every bit a Seneschal princess. So please, do me the honor of accepting this gift.
Uh-huh. Nodders.
Tis the least I can offer for your patient assistance. Now, I must be off to prepare for my next appearance.
Wildly waving hand.
I too offer my sincerest gratitude for alleviating our celebration to ever greater heights, or elevating our celebration to ever greater heights. The Little Ladies' Day festivities have only just begun, but I suggest you go and enjoy them while they last.
Quest completed. I wanna be a pop star. Yes. Let's go to Charlian. Old Charlian. Let's see if there's any Endwalker Fisher quests. Shall we? Yeah, let's just Ethernet our way on over to here. Sleep meets Wandering Minstrel. You don't seem to be the same Wandering Minstrel as before. Maybe you just completely changed your outfit. It threw me off.
Who should stand before me but the savior of the very star, the imitable ender of the end? Your deeds are sung of far and wide, my friend. As I understand it, your quest for the world's salvation brought you to Charlian. I too am here on a quest of sorts. The quest for musical inspiration. Alas, magnificent though this repository of knowledge may be, I find there is only so much inspiration I can derive from tomes. But where tomes alone fail to inspire, living words may yet spark the imagination. So I beg you, will you not regale me the tale of your quest to deliver the star? If such an adventure isn't fit to be an epic, I would not know what is. Drawing upon both your first-hand account of the knowledge I attain here, I believe both your first-hand account and the knowledge I attain here, I believe that I shall be able to weave the most marvelous of verses. Should you be willing, pray let me know. I shall continue my research here in the meantime. Yes, you're all about the various hard modes or whatever. Look at that gleaner. Theo Paladin. What about you? A request of one's own. Theo Paladin is chatting animatedly with a gleaner. Judging by the reward, I feel like this is another a quest that unlocks, what do they call them? Like special deliveries or whatever. Pray see that it is done. Thank you for your unwavering service. Thaliak, be good. I didn't see you there. I trust you have been well, and the twins? Perhaps I should reintroduce myself. Our first meeting was passing brief, after all. My name is Theo Paladin, and I oversee the researchers in Labyrinthos. During the final days, you and the Levia children assisted me in exchange for stories about their mother and father. Although I'm sure the issue of the ether burner weighed heavier on your mind than personal anecdotes at the time. You scions truly managed to do the impossible. Our star owes you its salvation. Moreover, your spectacular voyage through the great expanse has driven our researchers to pursue greater heights of development and innovation. Really more toy boats or starfaring vessels? We don't have another apocalypse scheduled, do we? That's not on my calendar. Is it on yours? Not so far as I'm aware, no. For a blessing. What we currently concern ourselves with in Labyrinthos is far less dire. Would you care to join me below? You can see for yourself what our researchers have been busying themselves with these days. Our gleaners have just delivered some missives that I must distribute, and I would be greatly honored by your company. Sure. Yeah, that's true. I haven't checked Labyrinthos. Maybe there's fishing quests there. Marvelous. I have no doubt your presence will brighten many a day. In that case, where might we begin? Ah, yes. Why don't we pay Margaret a visit first? Quite gregarious, that one. Always eager to share her opinions. Her laboratory is on the eastern side of Charlian Hamlet, so let us be off. Request accepted. It's also the faculty. Suppose I'll take a look at what that's all about. Yeah, there's these custom deliveries all across the world. People wanting specific items of each of 3. Hello, clearly level 80 something. Fisher? Are we both going to Kieliepo? No, you're going somewhere else.
It's you! You're the one the Skolak was telling us about. Genosia, yes?
Yeah?
Brilliant! Just the woman I was hoping to see. As I'm sure you are aware, the Studium is the most prestigious educational institution in all of Charlian. As such, we make a point of only working with the best educators and students. The gleaners we employ are also held to the same high standards, of course, which is perhaps why it has been so difficult to find the assistance we need of late. Surely you understand the trouble of finding competent and capable help? That you are come here suggests you're willing to lend a hand, no?
Sorry, distracted by the people in the background there.
I'm certain you would have much to gain from working with us if so. Do let me know should you commit to lending your services to the Studium. I should warn you, however, there is much I must explain ere you begin, so please be certain you have sufficient time to spare. Now, allow me to explain our work here. Professors and students from our many faculties gather and searchers meet in order to do business with and recruit reputable individuals such as yourself. Allow me to briefly introduce those here at present. Here we have Boric from the Faculty of Archaeology. He works as an assistant to one Professor Rurusha and is currently seeking a skilled metalworker to help restore an ancient relic.
Here's the role quests.
Then there's Jude, who belongs to the Faculty of Astronomy. He seems to be looking for an artisan able to work with leather, cloth, or wood, but he wouldn't tell me much more than that. He's awfully shy, you see. Next we have De Broy, a student studying in the Faculty of Medicine. I'm fairly sure she's carrying out research under the supervision of Professor Galvaroche. In any case, I hear she's after someone who knows a thing or two about medicine and nutrition. And here's Hingeshi of the Faculty of Anthropology. She told me she's searching for botanists and miners at present. By the sounds of it, she and Professor Tunkin are dealing with a formidable task. Last but not least, this is Professor Talaka Tia, an associate professor in the Faculty of Etherology. I heard he's in need of a fisher to help him conduct research for his thesis. Unfortunately, things do not seem to be progressing well for him at the moment. I'd say those 5 are the ones most in need of supplementary aid. I'll leave it to your discretion as to who to choose to help, although be forewarned, academics can be something of an odd bunch. Just to be sure not to leave anyone in the lurch after you've agreed to help them.
You may now undertake deliveries in the Studium. Speak to those belonging to the institution's various faculties to learn what ails them. Yes. So that's the one. That's the guy. Talaka Tia is the one we should speak with. But I think I'll save that for next week. I'll put off these little quests here. Figure it'll give us something to do once we've done some Manderville weapon stuff. We can then do some fishing quests, right? Of course, right now we need to go to Charlene Hamlet and speak with this researcher, probably about more custom deliveries, I think. Seems to be a great many people that can be given custom deliveries.
Can I help you with something? Yes, in fact. My apologies for intruding upon your break, but is Margaret available for a chat?
Oh, no, she left for Thesaurus, I think. She mentioned something about a request, or getting something off her chest. I couldn't say for sure.
Thesaurus is a collective that oversees the allocation of research material, so naturally they have a branch here in Charlie and Hamlet. From quills to guildship commissions, Thesaurus is a one-stop provider of countless invaluable services. They are committed to ensuring our researchers have what they need to perform their work effectively and efficiently. I am sure Margaret will be kind enough to expound upon their offerings in exhausting detail when we find her. It's the building just across the plaza. Right there. Yeah, I do really like this outfit. The one thing I don't like about it is that the dyeing abilities are not very good with it. You only get one dye slot for some reason. And for the chest piece, it's just the jacket. The black jacket. And it's just one big solid color, which I don't think looks very good. Like, its current look of black looks good. But I wish that I could change the colored parts, like the green on the scarf and this little bit of the shirt. I wish I could change those to be a different color. Keep the black coat, keep the white of the scarf, and just change the colored portions of the outfit. And it's the same for everything else. The gloves, it's just the black part of the gloves that changes. Not even the cufflink at all. Which actually, is that actually these bracelets? These wrist bits? No? Okay, yeah, so... Oops. Where? Yeah, here. Anyways. Yeah, and then the pants is just the main pants, but not the belts. Disappointing is what I would say as far as dyeing capabilities of the outfit. The overall look of the outfit, love it. Just wish I could actually change those colors. Here we are. I assume we'll find Margaret with our receptionist.
That I should have to explain is an affront to common sense, but our development of Labyrinthos' infrastructure has been painstakingly rational, as befits this intellectual community. We have never shirked our duty to share the returns of our research, be they informational or monetary, and Aporia's ledgers can surely attest to the equitable distribution of such dividends. Since this rational system is designed to create a self-sustaining cycle of funding for our research, it is only logical to conclude that nothing is rotten in the state of Charlie and Hamlet. But do you know what is rotten, Hodge? What is hastening our decay, body and soul? The god's chairs, Hodge. The blank, soulless walls. The complete inability to requisition anything deemed irrelevant to our research, despite the abundant benefits they may provide. The sustainment of the sanity and well-being of us researchers. Tell me, is the mighty Labyrinthos bereft of wealth or compassion? I'd like to know, Hodge.
When I said she was eager to share her opinions, I confess this was not what I had in mind. Margaret, would you kindly stop berating Hodge for doing his job?
Berating? No, I'm merely submitting a request for answers regarding systemic failures whilst offering my assessment of the situation. But now that you're here, sir, perhaps you can use your authority to remedy this latest injustice.
Would that I could, Margaret. Sadly, our resources have their limits. but I assure you that our associates at Thesaurus will continue to make every effort to ensure each request receives due consideration. Furthermore, in light of the correspondence I just received from your collaborators, you have more pressing matters to attend to. They say, and I quote, "We appreciate your concerns regarding the current schedule. Nevertheless, we wish to proceed according to initially scheduled projections. Respectfully yours, etc."
Yeah! Why? Why does this always happen? What about the word impossible is so difficult to comprehend? Do they think we're exaggerating? Or is the air too thin in the mountaintops of privilege from which our superiors deign to issue common commandments? Why is it that when we dare to hope that perhaps this time it will be different, it always ends in the same catastrophe of unlearned lessons? Do it again, but faster. Sacrifice health, hygiene, and personal happiness as you feed the furnace. It's hunger for your labor, insatiable. Oh, minion, render up your everything on the altar of glorious progress. Oh, I can't stand it anymore. Take my life, my liberty, just leave me my fluffy bed. I've only just remembered its gentle caress. But no. After ripping us from the bosom of what meager comforts our servitude affords, they now expect us to bruise our buttocks upon chairs harder than the heads of the whole forum combined. Upon the slags that greedy gill pinchers refuse to replace on the grounds they are not essential for our work. Despite the cries of our lower backs for succor, mournful and ceaseless and distracting, stifling genius and innovation.
Sure do hear it now that I will make you a new chair if you stop talking. I don't have the capabilities of making furniture. Can I help somehow? Will fish help? If I get you a nice big jellyfish, will that help to cushion your seats?
Wait a moment. I've seen you somewhere before. Ether tanks, that's right! Ether tanks, I remember! Truly, you wish to help? Because even if I am more indebted to you than you to me, I am prepared to impose upon your goodwill if it will yield us even an ounce of respite. Tell me, are you an artisan? An aspiring cleaner? Someone willing to do what it takes?
I'm a fisher. I fish.
Oh, I knew it! You exude a kindness that other people in our immediate vicinity decidedly lack! I'll get straight to the point. Our bums are sore and our backs are curled like finger shrimp. Anything to help alleviate our pains would be greatly appreciated. Cushions, massage instruments, herbal supplements, anything. Oh, and should you fear that a surplus of generosity might go to waste, no, there is no shortage of achy researchers in my laboratory, so all donations will be put to good use. Rest assured you will be compensated with more than our glowing gratitude, too. You adventuring types like those colorful scripts, don't you? Well, I have a veritable tons of them left over from an old project, so they are yours should they bring you joy.
While your gesture humbles us, I would hate to think Margaret is pressuring you with her, overzealousness. Are you sure this arrangement would not be an imposition? Oh, it would, but I'll accept the opportunity to offer things when I so choose. Well, it's your prerogative, and I am sure your efforts will be appreciated by all. Hodge, coordinate with the distributors of Margaret's scripts so we may establish a provisional exchange in these offices for our new partner's convenience. Understood. Ritianki, At the far desk, we'll see that you are furnished with whatever supplies you require. Do not hesitate to make use of her services. I have other missives in need of delivery, so I shall leave you to it. But please, take care not to overexert yourself. Be advised that I will hold you responsible if she does.
Right. To avoid Theopoldin's wrath, why don't we start with 3 items or so? Your best material for backaches in exchange for my colorful scripts. I look forward to seeing what you deliver.
Sure. Custom deliveries unlocked. Margaret. Satisfaction guaranteed. Margaret 1. Yes, we've got a merchant and script exchange, and hey merchant, would you like some cookies and some tea? Metal spinner. Level 55? You do know where we are, right? This particularly clever invention relies on a fish's natural tendency to snag its face on spinning jagged objects. And there's various components and gissel greens and dark matter. And a script exchange where we can exchange for up to level 90, item level 620 gear here. Okay, I don't have the scripts for a full set of gear, but I will say I took a look at this jacket before, and this jacket looks nice. Look at the shine. Look at the little pen and pocketbook, and it looks so good. I do wonder about its dye ability. Oh, nice, nice, nice. They learned after the previous expansion. You can dye the shirt, the part that's actually colored. That's good. That's real nice. Like, look at that. And then it can kind of go with my hair. Yeah. Might look for... I don't know if there is a color that matches my hair. I don't think so. But we can get at least dark blue would glow nice. Then there's also these pants, which look pretty good. What's their dye ability? Okay, the whole thing changes. So we probably won't mess with that one too much unless we wanted to make it like black or gray or brown. It's already a brown, but like a darker brown or something. A less red brown. Yeah, I am excited for that jacket. The hat, The jacket though, that leather jacket looks nice. I love that little bit of metal shine. Love it. Got some real nice outfits here. Little 80 and 90. But of course, I'm not even close to level 90 yet, so I've got plenty of time to build up scripts to buy up that whole outfit. But that will do it for today. Shorter than our usual fare, but there wasn't as much to do, obviously. So hopefully by next week I should have enough tomestones to get the 3 achondrite. If I can manage it, I'll try to get enough tomestones so that I can buy those 3 achondrite and then build up another 1,500 tomestones.
maybe a big ask, but actually, if I do the main scenario ones, those give me 350 each day. That'll help a lot. So I'll try to build up my tombstone reserves so that I can get those 3 and then the next 3 so that we can finish out the Manderville weapons next week. And then also do some fishing quests. That's the hope. We'll see how things shake out. Yeah, aside from that, Monday we'll be playing some more Dread Delusion. And then I also have to continue work on designing that OC redesign of the chest armor. Needs more work. I think I'm getting pretty close. Now. So hopefully that'll be ready for Wednesday so that we could do some artwork there. And then next Saturday, more Manderville Mania, along with some fishing quests. But regardless, until next time, be kind to yourself, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next mission. Bye-bye.